we are discussing this 15 steps of nitiddhyasanam. We have completed up to kalam. So mainly we started with yama, then comes niyama. After this yama niyama, third one was tyaga, fourth one was mūlaṁ, then after mūlaṁ, fifth deshaha, sixth kalam. Then here Adi Shankaracharya thought of bringing Āsanaṁ. So if you look at Yoga Sutra, so what is the definition of asana? Sthiram sukham asanam iti. So that which is sthiram, stable, steady, also sukham, comfortable. But unfortunately, it never gives comfort. In fact, it takes away your comfort. That's why I asked you to sit for 45 minutes. So how many of you have done asana siddhi so far? Have you tried at least? Any one of you tried to, last 2 days at least? Okay, that's good. At least one person has tried, okay? So that means nothing has entered in others' mind, okay? Thank you very much trying it. So anyway, don't worry Swamiji, you can talk, we'll listen to it, okay? Don't worry. See, we all are sitting in the class not for us, for you, because so that you are getting a chance to revise the knowledge, okay? Anyway, no problem, continue. So here he says, look, asana is very important, but here Adi Shankaracharya wants to bring that there are 2 types of asanas. And I will request, please, spend some time all this, ashtanga of yoga, so that this nitiddhyasanam will be part of it, or else nitiddhyasanam is not going to be part of you. However, choice is yours. When he talks about asana, general meaning of asana means what? Asana has got 2 meanings. One is that the posture, also where we do the asanam posture, the mat, or asana mat. So the seat and the posture both are called asana. Adi Shankaracharya thought of why not? This, when these 2 are called asana, both the posture and the place where we do the asanam, he takes 2 types of asanas. One is called Sukhasana, other one is called Siddhasana. So there are 2 verses, also we'll see the verse. But here he straight away communicates, look, this in Sukhasana and Siddhasana there is no difference. Both Sukhasana and Siddhasana are nothing but Brahman. And interestingly, here he plays with the word very carefully. And how he plays with the word, let us look at first. Sukhenaiva bhaved yasminn. Ajasraṁ brahma cintanam. Āsanaṁ tat vijānīyān. netarat sukhanāśanam. Good. He says, look, Sukhenaiva. Here one has to play with the word very carefully. Look at the word very carefully. General translation you find that they have translated that Sukhena eva Sukhenaiva. But if we try to look at Vidyāranya commentary, so he splits this word a little bit differently. Sukhe, then na iva. So he doesn't take Sukhena iva because it is a Sanskrit and it has got a different meaning altogether. So technically, just I would like to say very carefully. So what he says, look, first of all, Brahman is nothing but Sukha Swarupa. And when Brahman is Sukha Swarupa, now the person will be free from opposite of Sukha. And what is that opposite? Opposite of Sukha is worries. And also here, Yoga Sutra talks, that is called Sukhasana, the posture that is comfortable. So in short, called comfortable posture. That's why culturally in India, we use Sukhasana for everything. While having food, puja, in a meeting, of course in the class. So unless you are a yoga nut, so you will sit in Siddhasana after sometimes, changing yourself, then Vajrasana, then Padmasana, all asanas, okay, except Savasana. However, here we use the word Sukham is nothing, Ānandam, Sukham is nothing, Param Brahma, Sukham is nothing but Sat Chit Swarupa. Now also he says beautifully, when we look at Sukham as Sat Chit Swarupa, as Brahman, now we look at Asana. Asana means what? Where we do mat, that asana where we sit and we practice. Now if this mat becomes asana, that means on which we sit. Now Brahman is the biggest mat. Sarva adharam. Is there better adharam? Better pratishtha than Brahman? That's why Mai Sarvam Pratistham iti. So that means here you see, you just this one look. If you try to look at in any way, the first meaning, Sukhasana, as asana, as a posture, also you arrive at Brahman. If you want to this look at asana as a mat, also a look, that Brahman is the biggest mat, in fact is the ultimate mat. And they say very nicely, don't worry, one day or other you will lie down in the ultimate mat, okay? However, when we look at this yogasana based or yoga shastra based sukhasana, that is called relative sukhasana. Whereas Vedāntic Sukhasana is ultimate Sukhasanam. Now with this, when you look at the verse, it says, look, yasmin sukha naiva ajasraṁ brahma cintanam bhaved tat āsanaṁ vijānīyān sukha nāśanam itarat na itarat iti. So that means what is to be done? First is vijānīyān. One should know. So what one should know? Tat eva. So that, what is that? That is always Brahman. That Brahman eva, Brahman indeed. So what is that Brahman? So Brahman is nothing. Here he says, look, Āsanaṁ iti is the ultimate mat. Yasmin, in which Brahma cintanam. That means this contemplation of Brahman, Sukhenaiva. So that means what? Or you can take it both way. Sukhenaiva also you can take it if you want to take it. So that means what? So if we take Sukhena, Sukhena means spontaneously, comfortably, and also ajasraṁ, continuously. Whereas other one, netarat, which is sukha nāśanam. Whereas if you look at the other posture that we call as posture Āsanaṁ, that is actually does not give you sukham. That's why Sukhenaiva, Sukhanāśanam both goes together. So that means that really Sukhanāśanam disrupt your comfort, one's comfort. So that means when a person start doing Sukhasana, especially when the person does Brahma cintanam, you will discover the person asana posture will not be painful. You can look at this concept very carefully. Sometimes when your mind is really occupied, you are listening to something, and nowadays you are seeing something with your phone holding. Your hand will be penning, but you will not be able to notice that. Does it happen or not? Then next day you discover why my hand is penning. I'll give you another example, especially when you are a traveler, or I would rather say a tourist, and you happen to be in a bus or car, whatever. Now you see beautiful sight. What happens? So whole day your neck is bent, so you start seeing, and you forget that you have been bending your neck in one direction for a long time. Next day when you get up, only there is pain. It takes some time for you to understand why did it happen. So how does it happen? These are the examples you can take it. That's why when mind is dwelling on Brahman, automatically your body becomes stable. We say very carefully, if you are moving a lot while listening to Vedanta, remember Vedanta is not going to enter either. That means your mind is preoccupied with many things. Or I can say you have not discovered the real interest in Vedanta. You have not understood the purpose of Vedanta. Because if the purpose of Vedanta is understood, definitely while studying, listening to, you will see a big difference in your sitting posture itself. However, he says, look, continue with Sukhasana. Okay? But while being in Sukhasana, try to dwell upon Sukham, that which is Param Brahma, and again that is nothing but the ultimate Āsanaṁ. With this understanding, if you sit on Sukhasana, you will be able to sit for longer time. Continuing. Siddhaṁ yat sarva bhūtādi viśvādhisṭhānam avyayam yasminn siddhāḥ samāviṣṭās tadvai siddhāsanam viduḥ. Says, look, there is another posture called Siddhasana. And what he uses this very nicely, carefully, he uses this word, that this siddhāḥ means the wise people, enlightened people, viduḥ. So the panditaha, siddhāḥ, viduḥ, they know. So what do they know? So they know that very nicely. It says, look, that which is the origin of all beings, yat sarva bhūtādi viśvādhisṭhānam. And what is that? That is nothing but avyayam. So these wise people, they know very well. First of all, that which is Siddhaṁ. So Siddhaṁ means established. How it is established? It is established by Shastra. It is established by the Anubhava of Siddhas. Both way. Now that is being established as what? He says, look, sarva bhūtādi karanam iti. Karanam is not there, we have supplied. Sarva bhūtādi karanam. That which is established as the cause of all beings. Or you can use the word sarva bhūtādi, established as all beings, that which is in the form of all beings. Both way can be taken, absolute no problem. And what is that? That is nothing but avyayam. Being avyayam means vyarahita, unchanging. And viśvādhisṭhānam, that which is substratum of the universe. And here very nicely says, not only that, where siddhāḥ samāviṣṭās. That means all the siddha purusas, all the siddhas, they are completely merged. And that indeed tat vai siddhasanam iti. That indeed is siddhasanam. And what is that? So that siddhasanam is nothing but is brahman iti. So siddha means here that which is established. That means well established. Brahman is well established. So here he uses this word very nicely, you can see. That's why we also need to play with these two words carefully. Now, we know siddha means when a person has accomplished Siddha Purusha. So sadhya vastu, that which is accomplished, to be accomplished, the object that to be accomplished called sadhya vastu. Now, when I accomplish that object, so that is called also siddha. So indirectly we say the object of accomplishment also is called siddha. Now we say what? Vedanta always say, we say what? Atma nitya siddha. So that means this is ever accomplished entity. You don't have to accomplish Atma. Because in any other accomplishment you have to run behind. Because there is difference with reference to desham and kalam. And who is the cause of both desham and kalam, place and time? How can you accomplish? That's why it is called nitya siddhavastu. That which is ever accomplished. So that means all other things that we accomplish, we need to spend some time, we need to do something. If nothing else, at least we have to wait. Like, to make my hair grey, not black anymore, okay? So black hair to make grey, at least I have to wait, okay? Young person to become old, at least person has to wait. Whereas with reference to nitya siddhavastu, you don't have to do anything, but you have to know that it is nitya siddha vastu iti. So here knowledge is involved. That means we can use this word for anitya siddha vastu. You need to work. Whereas nitya siddha vastu, you don't have to work, you have to know. That's why the more you try to run away from nitya siddha vastu, the more you are looking for it. Like we use this word, this musk deer. The deer who is having musk inside, and while breathing the fragrance comes. Now that deer searches for everywhere. The more that deer runs for the fragrance, the quicker the deer dies, so becomes easy for others to catch. That's why one need to understand very carefully that for nitya siddha vastu, me being nitya siddha vastu, I don't have to worry at all. Now, here also we need to see different. This Siddhasana. Now if we look at another way, Sanskrit wise, let us say, Āsanaṁ. Asana means here the posture. So Āsanaṁ, when you look at, Siddhasana, we can say Siddhaṁ Āsanaṁ iti Siddhāsana. Let us look at Sanskrit ways. Little play with us, with the words, okay? Siddhaṁ Āsanaṁ. So that Āsanaṁ, so which is Siddhaṁ, which is accomplished. Now, in this case, Āsanaṁ becomes what? Noun. Siddha becomes adjective. Can you see this relationship? Siddha Āsanaṁ. Okay? Noun and adjective. So this adjective defines the noun. Okay? So when this adjective defines noun, now we says what? So what is the Siddhaṁ? So Siddhaṁ is nothing but Swayam Prakasa Swarupaha, Nitya Sachit Swarupaha. So if you look at this way also, that this Siddha is nothing but sarva adhara, sarva pratishtha iti, which is, support of everything, swayam prakasa, self-evident, and which is satrupa in the form of existence, chitrupa in the form of awareness. So you can add, okay, avyayam, akhandananda, we have seen lot of words, okay. We can keep adding it. Also, we can look at other way around, Siddhasana. If we try to go for 60p, okay, Sashti Tatpurusa, Siddhanam Āsana, I can use the word, okay, Siddhanam Āsanam iti Siddhasana. These are the Sanskrit little bit, okay, here and there we have to use it, okay. So when you say Siddhanam Āsanam means what? So this becomes the support of, because 60p, Sashti Tatpurusa, of it will come, okay. So this becomes support of Siddhas. So now, what does mean Siddha you mean here? So that means here, Siddha Purushaha. So that means Jnani ityarthaha, the wise people. And who are the wise people? So the wise people, they are those who have understood that aham swayam prakasaha iti, sarva adhara iti. It's not like, please understand that the knowledge of microbiology doesn't make you, doesn't make you microbiology, okay? But it makes you microbiologist, thank God, okay? Imagine. If you study microbiology and you become another, a small particle, then what will happen? So same thing also, the knowledge of physics doesn't make you, physics. The law of Newton doesn't make you Newton, okay, at least. Thank God. But it can make you as a physicist. But here, the knowledge of Brahman, it doesn't make you Brahman, but it makes you to understand that you are Brahman. So this is the difference, because why? Sarva adhara, swayam prakasa, nitya siddha vastu iti. Now because of this reason, now he says, look, this is for Jnani people. That's why the verse says very carefully that Sukhenaiva, sorry, I made a mistake. Siddhaṁ yat sarva bhūtādi viśvādhisṭhānasya avyayam yasminn siddhāḥ samāviṣṭās tadvai siddhāsanam viduḥ. So that means here you can use the word where the siddhas, the enlightened people, are completely merged. So what about ignorant people? What about common people? So they don't merge. So for them Brahman is not to be merged. Here the difference is here. This is all merges, but the difference is as long as the individual is there, you continue. So it is only claimed by siddhas. The benefit comes to the siddhas, whereas those who are not siddha, ignorant, they don't get the benefit because they don't have this knowledge. It is exactly like there is light. There are two types of people. Now sunlight is there. One type of people keep the eyes open to see the sunlight, whereas other group of people, they keep the eyes closed. So those who keep the eyes closed, will they be able to see the beauty of sunlight? And can they claim that there is sunlight? Can they claim that, oh, everything is visible, but still light is there for everybody? So also here the Brahman, even though that is the sarva adhara iti, but those who know, they get the benefit. Those who do not know, of course, they don't get any benefit at all. Continuing. Mūlaṁ sarva bhūtānāṁ mūlaṁ citta bandhanam mūlabandhaḥ sadā sevyo yogyo raja yoginam. So we thought, okay, now let us go next is Mūlabandhaḥ. This is the 8 steps. So Ashtama Sopana. So what is that? Here it says, look, bandha. So bandha means locking. So for everything we had no bandha. Especially in Yoga Shastra, when you do some posture, this along with the posture, bandha comes because you need to lock that posture. That's why, especially in Natya Shastra, mudra is highly used. Whereas they use bandha very carefully but very less, whereas in Yoga Shastra, along with mudra, bandhas are used. And we have different types of bandhas. Whether it is Uddiyana bandha or here is called Mūlabandhaḥ. And he takes the word Mūlabandhaḥ very carefully. And why he takes Mūlabandhaḥ? Let us look at. Because Mūlabandhaḥ is being practiced yoga people to arrest downward prana, especially when your apana is activated, when your energy is low, when you are feeling low and feel like depending upon others. You look for support. Deep within you feel helpless. And how? I'll give you the beautiful example. Especially after having diarrhea. How your both physical body and mind responds to a given situation. That is the best scenario you can imagine. Because during this diarrhea time, your apana vayu is highly activated. And because apana vayu is highly activated, remember, you have no energy. That's why in Panchakarma, in Ayurveda, when they make you to drink ghee, and after that when they make you, to go to bathroom, even if you have gone 20 times, like in few hours of time you have gone to bathroom for 20 times, remember, still your apana vayu is not activated. That's why you don't feel drained in that pancha karma process. You are exhausted physically, but mentally you are not drained. Amazing concept. Here we do mūlaṁ there in Yoga Shastra. So nothing, very simple. Pulling up the anus and holding on to that. Not allowing the apana vayu to be activated. And when that happens, automatically your energy, I cannot say it gets uplifted, at least draining does not take place. So when no exertion, automatically it is like a pot, a water tank. If the outlets are open, definitely tank is not going to be filled. Whereas when the outlet is closed, slowly the tank gets filled up. So if you look at this body is a tank. Now we are receiving energy through breathing, through food, through the association with the people and surroundings. Remember, association of people and surrounding, they drain your energy, they give your energy. And best example is, now you are listening to Vedanta class for half an hour, hopefully your energy is a little high, hopefully, okay? But if you try to see same phone, your social media, what will happen in half an hour time? If you want to really drain your energy, spend some time, browsing social media, that too, this present generation social media. However, says beautifully, if you try to see that, then you will discover that how the energy gets drained. And here, take the help of Mūlabandhaḥ and uplift or at least arrest the apana vayu. And what Adi Shankaracharya is going to talk about Mūlabandhaḥ, we'll see tomorrow.